Well, we were talking about, I was talking about religious experience, and I think I'll continue doing that. What a surprise. Um, so I've talked about some experiences that seem to happen um, over your head. Let's put it that way. And some that seem to happen right in your head. There are also some others that happen in other places in the body. And a popular one, for good reason, I think, is the heart. And this is a good place to talk about love. Love isn't just in the heart. I mean, that experience that's over your head is all. It seems the purest love possible, but of course it's the purest everything that's possible. So the heart experience, though, the love is a more conscious thing, because in the heart experience, existence isn't quite blacked out in the same way as it is in the over your head. And the heart experience is also it also partakes of light and sound, and it's definitely an overwhelming, a sensory overwhelm, but not. It's almost like on one level, what that's something outside the the small you, and on this other level, at the heart, it's within. It's within you, and so in a way, there's a center. There's a center to the experience, and it's it's quite blissful and joyous, and partaking of love. And love is a very complicated thing. It's not some sort of it's not a set of behaviors or way of acting, or it's an authentic. It's an authenticity. It's a connection with all experience at a level of complete truth and complete openness and complete sharing. Let's say sharing. I think love is about sharing, and that doesn't mean. I don't think it means what Jesus' proverb of take all you have and give it to the poor, which he says to a rich person. He also says a rich person has as much chance of getting into heaven as a camel getting through the eye of a needle, and which is to say, no chance at all. So it's really funny the way Christianity has then throughout its history had these incredibly I shouldn't say throughout its history, since its connection to state power, since its establishment, let's say, by the Roman Emperor Constantine. And I think that establishment as a state power is probably the death knell of any religious tradition. It's like, wow, Islam, Islam died at birth. No, it's. Of course, every tradition still has a way for the mystic to operate and find union with God. So, I'm not. I guess I'm very religious and very believe in religion, but I'm anti-religion when it comes down to a religion. I guess that's an unusual position to take. So, but it's probably not as unusual as some of my listeners might think. There are many people in the so-called secular world who, they understand, that we can't go back. We can't find our way back into a kind of superstition. I mean, of course, some people can be there all the time, and that's fine. But as a culture, and therefore, for many of the people in the culture, they can't find their way back into the kind of faiths that have satisfied their ancestors, and yet they find that there's a spiritual emptiness in our culture, in our civilization, because science really doesn't make a very satisfactory religion, at least not yet. I mean, maybe scientific understanding of these different religious experiences, and the ability to see what's happening in the brain and the body and the field that we all have of we extend beyond our bodies, even as individual bodies. I mean, boundaries are highly permeable things, and at the same time diffuse. It's like clouds. It's like everything is a cloud, and if you think about it, matter is it's mostly space, and there's this mist within it, kind of nothingness with twinkles. No, forget that I said that. I don't know what else to say. I think that love is ultimately the way through the entire mystic path. It's like Ariadne's thread that allowed Theseus to get out of the labyrinth in the story with the Minotaur. For those of you who know Greek mythology, basically he was able to get out because he'd laid a path, a track for himself as he went into it, and he just followed that to get back out. So I think the thread that could lead everyone through this labyrinth that is, I think, a spiritual autobiography. I think love is something to hold on to, that will get you, that will mean that you're never lost, even if you're not getting through it. It's like you always have a beacon. Love is the pole star in that sense. It's where you know